came to Ghana, you know, like I said, my family, I still got cousins who sell tomatoes, who sell bees. They work in the market and stuff like that.
Mhm.
To see my cousin who sells tomatoes tell me, "Hey, cousin, look, come see my property." And she's building a house, and she's got 2 bedrooms built, and this is hers free and clear.
Right.
Cousin, show me your house that you're building.
Right.
Where's your property at? Because she's seeing the Yukon, she's seeing the house, but she's not understanding that I live off credit. Where
Yeah.
in Ghana, nothing
The
is
mind
credit.
shift. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me, brother. Nothing is credit, it's all cash.
Yeah.
So even seeing that entrepreneurial spirit, brother, it just really, you know, those type of things really drug me in, brother. To really assess that it put a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, that you said a mouthful, man. That's an amazing story. I mean, because funny thing is, it's not even funny, but before I got here to the States, I was a very naive child. I didn't know nothing about the transatlantic slave trade, nothing like that. So watching American movies in Ghana in the 80s and all that and seeing American culture, I didn't even think about how Black people ended up here in the States. I just I just thought that they were always here. It's something that never crossed my mind. So, and I always tell people the story. Like when I first found out in social studies class in 8th grade of the slave trade, looking at the pictures and everything, the way they depicted Africans as animals and all that, I went home and cried that day after school. Because I had no idea that something like that happened. Because I'm from, you know, my family on my mother's side is from 2nd D in the Western region. So at the age of 4, I moved to Accra to live with my aunt. So we used to go back and forth, and we passed by those castles, Elmina and Cape Coast Castle. Well, they're dungeons, actually. I shouldn't say castles.
No doubt, they are dungeons.
Yeah, they're dungeons. And we always saw them. I never thought to ask, what are these buildings? Like, what are they doing here? I didn't know what went on over there.
Brother, I think that you're hitting on a point that's so key and critical. And I talk about the exchange between African Americans who are actually Africans and Ghanaians who are Africans, and that we're one, but we each have something to teach each other.
Absolutely.
Ghanaians are not Afrocentric. They are not taught the critical history of slavery or Africanism or learning their history or colonialism. It is not taught. And anytime you're not taught anything, you don't really go to learn it. So we're bringing that nature here of Black pride and let them know the power that they control, as the Chinese are here and the Lebanese have been here. But also the Ghanaian brings to us an entrepreneurial spirit that we don't have in our urban neighborhoods where they meet something out of nothing. Right. So to lead that is we have something to teach each other. Necessarily, when the African American comes here, and no disrespect to anybody, and their sole focus is on the past, which it should be the connection with Elmina, Cape Coast. Well, if you don't go touch the community and make those relationships specifically with the kids, your trip has been in vain.
Right.
Because the community's moving forward, bruh, and they trying to eat every day. And yeah, they know about that, but okay, how are we going to interact? How are you going to do that for us? Yeah. So even with our travel company, we make sure that at the basic standpoint, we provide that community interaction. So those conversations can be discussed.